Hi there, this is Dr. Cindy Banyai, and this is Perspective on Lee Pitts Live. Where are we going to live? The cost of houses and rent across Southwest Florida and the U.S. have been skyrocketing recently. The real estate boom is convincing many landlords that now is the time to sell, leaving renters out of luck and often without a place to go. In this episode of Perspective, we will look at the growing housing crisis in Southwest Florida and what it means for our community. Here are some facts about this hot housing market. Housing prices are surging across the country. 32% of people are looking to move to more affordable housing locations, and this includes Florida. And this is what is driving up local prices. Lee County is in the top 10 nationwide for population growth. Incomers are purchasing and renting at higher rates, pushing out locals. Rents are up 4.4% here. Housing prices in Lee County went up 24% in 2022. An FGCU study determined Fort Myers ranked second in the country overall for overvalued housing. An average rental for a 3-bedroom location, house, or apartment in Lee County is now around $2,300 a month. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, median household income in Lee County is $59,608. This means that the median monthly income is about $4,967. Spending 20% of your income on housing is considered sustainable. The average rents are nearly double sustainable levels here in Southwest Florida. If a family of 4 is paying $2,300 a month in rent, $880 in groceries, $600 in gas, that leaves only $1,187 for everything else, including clothes, cleaning products, health insurance, and everything else. It's not enough. We know this is a crisis for families, and we expect our leaders to do something about it. Southwest Florida has had an affordable housing crisis looming for a long time. Houses were cheap after the 2009 crash, but as prices rose and pay stagnated, working class people were priced out of their homes. Also, many people got caught in the housing crash. They lost their homes after defaulting on their mortgage. They went on to become long-term renters because of the damage to their credit from the mortgage default. This further stressed the affordable housing market here in Southwest Florida. Additionally, Southwest Florida has been what's called a bedroom community. This means that people live in one place and work in another. While downtown and water access areas were revitalized and gentrified, regular working folks were moving out and further away. The priority for development in Fort Myers and Lee County has been on luxury properties. Land use and zoning restrictions has curtailed the ability for developers to create new affordable housing. There is also little to no incentive for them to do so. And if you could make a handsome profit selling luxury, why would a profit-driven company do anything else? Working class people moved out to Cape Coral and Lehigh to find affordable houses and rentals. This has created the traffic nightmare that we experience every single day here in Southwest Florida, as well as the growing expense of those commutes. With gas prices surging, families are finding it difficult to even afford to get to work. The largest industry in Southwest Florida is retail and hospitality, and they have notoriously low wages. The locations of these jobs are in the cities of Fort Myers and Naples, as well as out on the beaches. The housing crisis is adding to the existing labor shortage in these establishments, and it won't be long now before no one can afford to work in retail and hospitality. How attractive for tourists and retirees will our community be then? What can we do now? There are resources that are available if you need immediate assistance. Lee County has programs to help people stay in their houses and to find new places, like the Homeowner Housing Development Program, Homeowner Housing Rehabilitation, Rental Housing Rehabilitation, Rental Housing Development, and Down Payment Assistance Program. Organizations like Habitat for Humanity are working to build affordable housing for those in their program. But this is not an immediate fix. We need affordable housing policies and incentives and initiatives in Southwest Florida. Southwest Florida leaders have known about the affordability crisis in housing for more than a decade, with only feeble attempts to address it. Most elected to Lee County Commission have deep ties to luxury developers, so there is no political will to act on the housing crisis. Collier County has worked to develop what they call workforce housing, focusing on affordability for police, teachers, and healthcare staff. So those are the folks that are also being caught up in this housing crisis. It's not only the folks in the retail and hospitality industry. Collier County's efforts have been limited, however. There was a recent ordinance at the Collier County Commission to curtail rising rents, and it failed. That included a 60-day notice if rents were to rise above 5%. Another attempt is in the works. Leaders could also make multi-unit zoning easier and remove restrictive height limits where appropriate. Leaders could also create and fund initiatives to subsidize affordable housing, like a housing trust, and incentivize mixed income residences. Unfortunately, there are many NIMBY types in Southwest Florida, the not in my backyard types, and they have loud voices with direct connection to the ears of our local leaders. And let's be frank about what NIMBYs really are. They are wealthy, mostly white people who do not want to live by poor people, immigrants, families, and Black and brown people. Sadly, the decisions local leaders make feed into the luxury of NIMBYs because they are afraid of their dollars leaving Southwest Florida. If only the ethics of our leaders were as thick as their pocketbooks. There is no quick fix to the issue of affordable housing, and we will see people leaving the area, additional homelessness, and further disruptions to our workforce. For now, we must weather this storm, relying on our friends and neighbors and the generosity of others to get by. But also, don't forget to vote, especially voting for people who are ready to work for you and put you first, not the NIMBYs and not their pocketbooks. City Council races and primaries are on August 23rd, and you need to register to vote and register with a party if you want to vote in a primary by July 25th in order to vote in the August 23rd election. Check your voter registration at lee.vote, and outside of Lee County, you can check it at vote.org. I'm Dr. Cindy Banyai, Democratic candidate for U.S. House of Representatives, Florida 19, and this is Perspective on Lee Pitts Live. Now back to Lee Pitts.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.
Hello everybody, this is Lee. I'm so glad that you watched that particular show, and if you enjoyed that show, we got other shows like that. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch Lee Pitts Live on demand anytime, and also hit us up on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lee Pitts Live, and there you go.